Love it. What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Check it out. Stipe Miocic, Paulo Costa. What's these guys gonna do next? For the love of sports, let's talk about it. All right, fellas, ladies, it's MMA time. Check it out, man. Two spectacular wins by two fantastic fighters, Stipe Miocic, Paulo Costa. You know, this is UFC greatness, guys. This is UFC best right now. And they beat two fantastic fighters. Daniel Cormier, an active legend, who coincidentally knocked Stipe out. Stipe got his revenge and knocked Daniel out. And then you have Paulo Costa, who just beat what is this guy's first name? Your Romero. What is Yoel Romero? That's his first name. Yoel Romero. And Romero's a beast, man. You know, soldier of God, I believe he calls himself. But this guy's he's a fantastic fighter. That fight, in my opinion, was actually better than Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier. Now, don't get me wrong, we had an action-packed night. It was a good fight. If you guys watched it, they were both good fights. Really, really, really good fights. Um, it's just that Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier was not as high octane as Paulo Costa and Yoel Romero. That fight was action packed. These guys were really trying to take each other's heads off. You know, both of those guys wanted a knockout. You know, I believe, you know, Daniel Cormier's loss had to do with him wanting a knockout. You know what I mean? Oh, yes, yes, sir. Chin Smoke. That Nate Diaz Pettis fight was good too, bro. Nate Diaz is a stud, bro. I don't want to get off topic too much, but I want to touch on Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a stud. Listen, this guy's always ready and willing to fight. He's just tired of getting messed around by Dana White. Oh, I just dropped bars on you guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's just tired of it. But that was an excellent fight, man. I like Pettis. Pettis has still got a lot more to give, even though he lost that fight. But back to topic though. What are these guys going to do next? Paulo Costa and Stipe Miocic. Now, it's likely that if Daniel Cormier requested the trilogy, Stipe's in. He's all in. So I don't want to spend too much time on Stipe Miocic and Paulo Costa. Again, guys, you know, this is we're touching up on Monday's topic, right? So it was, will Daniel Cormier and Stipe get the trilogy, and will we see the rematch with Costa and Romero? Okay, so this is still a touch-up video on the same topic, but with Stipe, I'm pretty sure it's all about Daniel Cormier. Will Daniel Cormier retire, or will Daniel Cormier seek that trilogy and try to avenge his name? You know, that's a really big decision to make, because if he comes back, it's going to be huge for Daniel Cormier. It'll be okay for Stipe, because Daniel will probably retire after that, and Stipe can keep fighting. And I don't believe that anybody else will beat him, so he'll get the title back. That's how I see that going. So I think that Stipe will be all over the rematch. The question is, uh, really Paulo and Romero. You know, Paulo wants Whitaker, man. He wants Whitaker bad too. And you know how this thing goes. Now, Dana White probably is going to look at the money side of it, which will bring more money. I think both of these fights will bring, you know, a decent crowd. That fight was action packed, and I don't think that anybody would mind seeing those guys run that back. Like, that was a great fight, and it was a swing fight, in my opinion. One of those fights that I say could go either way. We could say that Romero won that. We could say that Costa won that, and I accepted either way. You see what I mean? I accepted the decision for Costa. If they would have came out and they had the decision for Romero, I would have accepted that too. I will tell you this: there's a lot of UFC fans. No, I'm sorry. A lot of UFC fighters, and I do believe a lot of them don't like Costa, but they felt that Romero won that fight and that Romero got robbed. I don't see a robbery. I think both of those guys laid it on the line and they did a great job. I don't see a robbery at all. I think that it was a fantastic fight, and I think that they need to run it back, and we should see this again. Chinsmo says, I thought that fight could have gone either way, Romero versus. Yeah, me too, bro. Like the swing fight, I call them. I had no problem with the judgment. Draw, Costa, Romero, I had no problem with that. The scores people get, they pay attention to. Oh, it shouldn't have been unanimous, majority. Shut up. Who cares, bro? If it's majority, the majority of the judges felt one way. If it's, unanimous, then they all felt, but that fight was so close, you should accept any of it, in my opinion. So the question is, though, will they fight again? It's up to Cormier that Stipe Daniel trilogy, but with this, it's more like I believe Romero would run it back, but Paulo Costa has his eyes set on Whitaker. So will he jump back in the ring with Romero, or if that Whitaker, if that pops up, will he take Whitaker? And I don't think that the fans will be upset either way. I believe that the fans will be perfectly satisfied if he jumps back in that ring with Romero, because again, anybody who watched that fight, hell, even if you watch any of the highlights or if you watch the fight over, that was a great fight. That's what UFC is all about, bro. It was down on the ground, it was up, it was ground and pound, it was striking, it was a little bit of wrestling, it was everything that embodies the UFC. So running that fight back, I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. I know I wouldn't. You know what I mean? So guys, 150 words or less, will we see these rematches? Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier trilogy for the heavyweight title. Paulo Costa, Joel Romero, beast mode fight. Run it back. 150 words or less in the comment section. Or you can send an audio recording to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk at gmail.com. No one sent that yet, guys. Real easy to do. Just talk like I do every day. Talk for 30 seconds, 29 seconds, just to be safe. Hit the stop button, hit the share button, send it to Speak Your Mind Sports Talk at gmail.com, and boom, done deal. It's another way to get into the contest. But listen, literally, just like I said, Chin Smoke, my man, holding it down with me. I appreciate you, Chin. Literally, I will be right back in a minute. We're going to talk about the Yard Kovalev prediction for this week. And but when we get these rematches, guys, Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier, Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero. Listen, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you know when I drop these videos. And for the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace. See you in a minute. Not really. 1 minute.